My family has seen me mad a handful of times in my whole life. I'm not the type to be mad. When I do get mad, I get quiet. Or I cry. There's no in between. I either cry, which then gets me really frustrated because I don't want to cry. I actually want to be mad, but I can't be mad, but I'm crying, right? So now I'm like, fuck, why am I crying? I hate it. So then I get quiet. However, when I was younger, I used to have anger issues, but then...
Just so you...
Like, I don't know if you can relate to this, chat. When you get mad, right? And then you want to be angry, but then you say something, and then you start choking up on your words, and then you cry because it bothers you so much. And then now you're catching yourself crying, and then you're seeing people, instead of like taking you seriously, now they're trying to like comfort you, which makes you angrier because you're like, no, like I don't need your pity. I need you to listen to what I have to say. So then it makes you cry even more because you're even more frustrated. That's me. It happens all the time when I do that. So then the best way to do it is I don't talk. Like, I literally go non-verbal. I used to have anger issues, but chat knows this. Back then, when I get angry, I'm quiet, but then I destroy things, which is also not good. And then I'm better now. Now I actually don't feel angry. I just get really fucking disappointed. Like, I'm like, man, that's really disappointing. And I'm kind of disappointed in you. But that's it. So, I literally never had like a yelling, like, I'm like screaming, matching. No, I've never done that. I've just been like, quiet. I swear, this shit is
Have
more
you tried
normal.
not getting upset? You're overreacting. Maybe try not crying. Heh? I am completely the same, Michi. I can probably count on 2 fingers that I was angry and able to scream. I just get quiet all eve when I get angry.
Same! Shame. Like, I don't think a lot of people have seen me mad. I think... Yeah, not a lot of people have seen me mad, actually. Which... one time, I was in a situation where... So basically, one of my closest friends betrayed me. And then, they told me about it because they felt really guilty. And then, obviously, I got really sad because I got betrayed, right? So I was like, oh, that's really fucked up. And then they were like apologizing, and I was sitting down, I was quiet, and they're like, you know, like, I get it, like, if you hate me, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't hate you. And they're like, it's okay, like, if you're mad. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, it's okay if you want to yell at me. And I'm like, no, it's all right. Like, oh, not all. It's not someone you know. It's like an IRL friend. This was a long time ago. It was an IRL friend. And they were like, it's okay if, like, you're, like, I'm like, I'm okay. And they're like, you can tell me how, like,
Maybe
I
this
noticed
will
that.
help.
What's up with that?
Life is strange, double
Oh,
impact.
brother.
There.
Why are you water? Oh, it's helping. It's helping. That's the fuel to my fire. There we go. No, I don't even get too mad about it. I yap. When I'm mad, I yap. True. But I remember one thing I noticed, right? Ever since I become more like calmer when I'm upset, people tend to like try and get a reaction. And I don't know why. It's like they're like, it's okay if you yell at me. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. They're like, it's okay if like you cut me off. I'm not gonna do that. They're like, you can tell me how you feel. And I'm like, I feel hurt and disappointed. They're like, I understand. You can like, how what are you thinking about? Like, they're asking suddenly, and I'm like, why are you asking? Like, you know how I feel. I don't know. I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, I didn't cry. I'm not mad. I was just sitting there. I'm like, I'm disappointed. That's it. Like, I'm not gonna be weird about it. You know, I'm just like, no. I don't know. Fuck! Where's your anger? And I don't know either. Where's my anger, chat? I went to therapy and then now my anger's gone. I'm unable to feel any type of anger at all. Now I'm just either really sad or I'm like, oh man, I can't believe it. Sha-la-la-la-la. Yeah, this is how I feel. Sha-la-la-la-la-da-da-da-da-da. I remember my last big breakup, my ex kept saying she didn't understand why I wasn't yelling at her. Like, right? It's like sometimes you're just over it. You know? Like, sometimes I'm just kind of over everything. I don't really be gaffing. I think if I give a shit, I will tell you. But if I don't gaff, I don't gaff. Get mad at the therapist. Why? At that point, just go to a rage room, bro. I am sadly not the type to be pissed. God, which then ruins me from like a lot of potential really good vocal recordings. I told my family this where I'm like, I wish I could actually like express anger explosively. They're like, why? And I'm like, because that makes killer recordings.
Welcome, Raiders.
Ooh, that'd be so good. That raid happened 6 gajillion years ago. I'm not even numb. Like, I feel the anger. It's just, my anger isn't explosive. My anger is so quiet, which sucks because that doesn't translate to anything cool. You know what I mean? Like, no one can tell. Ah! I wish I was like, rah! You know what I mean? I'm like, rah, wah, 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 and I spit on him and I kick him around in the dirt. That's what I want. I'm not shouting. I'm just... You want to know something, chat? This is a very common thing. I noticed this ever since I started talking to Numi, right? Remember that one time I was talking to Numi and then Numi's like, it's okay, like if I was arguing or if I was upset or if I was angry, I'll make sure like you're not in the room, or I'll make sure like we're not in the same room together.
Just
I don't want you to see that, blah blah blah.
Reading chat never fails to make me angry.
Yeah, I remember Numi said that, and then she came to her own conclusion. She was like, wait a minute, that is why. And I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, no, that's why, like, you're the way you are. Because, like, no one wants to show anything to you because they feel bad. And I'm like, ever since she mentioned that, I thought about it. I genuinely sat there and I thought about it. Because she's right. I have friends that are very, like, when they're frustrated, they raise their voice. Like, they're not mad. Like, for example, you're doing something and someone's like, hey, what are you, like, hey, what are you doing? And then you got distracted for a split second. They get slightly frustrated and they, like, increase their voice. Just a little bit, right? Not out of anger, just frustration. I have friends that do that. But when they do that to me, they're like, well, I'm sorry. I'm just doing this. Don't worry about it. They always do that. And I'm like, oh, okay. Don't worry about it. And they're like, sorry for raising my voice. I'm like, it's okay. I hope if there's anything you need, I'm here. And then Numi made me realize that she's right.
I've noticed for myself that I'll complain for myself, but only really get angry for other people.
I also get angry for other people. But I feel like my anger isn't explosive, you know? But I realize now that, like, maybe people do feel guilty being, like, even slightly upset next to me.
Like Mono
Is that healthy?
said,
I don't know.
screaming isn't an
Same. I used to get shaky angry when I hear from others. Yeah, I get angry when like, the people I care about is, like, affected. But most of the time, I'm just like, I don't know. I noticed that. I notice a lot of my friends, like, they don't want to yell in front of me or, like, argue in front of me and shit. I appreciate that, though. I hope it's healthy. I hope it's healthy because I also do not want people to yell in front of me. But if it's unhealthy, then I will learn to bear with it. But if it's perfectly healthy, then I don't mind that, honestly, because I also cannot handle very loud pitches very well. But if it is unhealthy, I will learn to adapt.
You done me and you bet I felt it. I tried to reach you, but you so hot that I melted. Yeah, fell right in the cracks. I have tears in my eyes before the cool done over.